Hello everybody, welcome back to DECT Today magazine and the DECT Forum YouTube channel. Now we're continuing with our theme of DECT NR+, but today we're taking a slightly different outlook, and that's cyber security. Now, Kudelski Labs is a major player in this marketplace, and I'm talking today with Christophe Nicolas, Senior Vice President Go-to-Market at Kudelski Labs. Now, Christophe, it would help us if you could tell us something of the background to your company so that we can understand a little bit more about how we can work with you.
Yes, sure. Thank you, Vince, first of all, for having me. And yes, Kudelski Lab has been at the core of the Kudelski Group for quite some time, but we have just regrouped our innovation labs and so-called security labs into that new brand for the go-to-market under the Kudelski Labs umbrella. And there you will find everything related to our frontier technology innovations, as well as our capability to investigate any type of connected device from a security standpoint.
Okay, and what type of IoT services and systems does Kudelski provide?
So what we like to do at Kudelski is really to think at the ecosystem level. So we always look at the full picture, secure by design ecosystems, if you want, and we engage from the conceptions at the design phase with our customer, helping them through the device development lifecycle and being able to assess the security and the threat of a given device, help our customer when it comes to design, being the design house and the security partner, if you want, for their solutions, and from time to time provide them some component play and service play to make sure that we keep the device secure, not only at production, but during the lifetime of the product.
Okay, currently what type of clients is your company looking after?
So it usually ranges for anything, so every type of connected devices that will require a high degree of security and safety. So it ranges from critical infrastructure to building security, or also when it comes to we like to say that we secure from chip to cloud. So we have a couple of semiconductor and chipset manufacturer that embed security enclave, as we call it, within the silicium, and we help them to do the design. We provide that IP to them, and we help them to certify the product built on that chipset. So those chipsets will be found into smart building, as I mentioned, but also in terms of in energy management solution, as well as industrial IoT moving forward more and more.
I've been tracking the IoT industry for quite a long time, but have not spent a lot of time thinking about cybersecurity in IoT. Can you spend a few minutes telling us about the biggest challenges the IoT security market is facing today?
Sure. And I think before just jumping into the IoT aspect, if we step back a bit, we see the world becoming increasingly more interconnected, moving towards more machine to machine or AI agent to agent type of interaction. So achieving interoperability and trust between those devices from different manufacturers, especially in that complex environment, become very, very challenging. Let's take the smart building example, for example. So you will have dozens of brands interacting with the building, and then not anymore soon with human being, but also with machine or robots that will have to enter or interact with the building. We are definitely also looking at that from short-term solutions, because if you think about the media and entertainment ecosystem today in the household, with some IoT devices being your set-top box or TV set, nobody is really on top of managing the firmware and security of those devices that are interconnected. If you expand a bit more with all the white goods there, even less you are thinking about upgrading your firmware on your fridge or oven there. So we have definitely in the market already product like Nagra Scout that help you to keep peace of mind and making sure that that security is there. So when then you extend that to all type of connected sensor and devices in a smart building, that will complexify drastically the aspect, and that's where we need some standard approach when it comes to tackling cybersecurity challenges.
And how did Kudelski come to be involved with and interested in DECT and DECT NR Plus in the IoT sector?
So as mentioned before, I think the Kudelski Labs is helping customer to design and develop any type of connected devices. But we have also been engaged at regulatory requirements to make sure that in terms of compliance across the market, in terms of identity management and key provisioning in those devices, we provide that anchor point that will be able to be used to identify who is who and who is connected and talking to whom within the household or the smart building. So that's definitely something we've been doing for years in the media industry, but also in any type of connected devices, providing or procuring keys for matters, for any type of PKI certificate at factory level, or what we call in-field provisioning capability. So that's exactly also what we see moving forward in that complex connected ecosystems, and those will be key solutions as well as services to keep those devices updated moving forward.
And with your broad experience, where do you see DECT NR Plus fitting into the IoT marketplace?
So we all know that there will be a huge challenge keeping those devices connected and interacting on one side, but on the other side, making sure that you protect your core ecosystems there. So Wi-Fi is one low-hanging fruit where most of the people are using that, but as we both know, it's not always the most appropriate network when it comes to range, latency, mesh networks, all the technology aspect there. The 1.9 gigahertz aspect is, I think, rather low used today, and then that's definitely, I think, a key advantage for DECT to make sure that we can expand the reach of all those sensor and connected devices within the home without having the burdens to fine-tune your Wi-Fi mesh network there. So it offers, I think, the same flexibility while keeping security separated and secure.
And you mentioned the dedicated spectrum there, but do you think there are other characteristics of DECT NR Plus that give it a strong basis for broad market deployment?
Yeah, I think again, without going too much into the technology discussion, so the 1.9 gigahertz band definitely is one. It supports also massive IoT deployment, I think, with high reliability. I mentioned also the low latency and mesh network capability and topology, definitely a plus for DECT, and also a very robust interference tolerance. So that will be positioning DECT NR Plus, I think, in a very competitive choice when it comes to organizations to deploy secure, scalable, and interoperable IoT ecosystem. Worth to mention also the lower operational cost that can be compared to wireless technology. I just installed Wi-Fi 7 at home. It's a kind of an investment when you want to move into that path.
Indeed. So does the DECT Forum and do all companies developing around DECT NR Plus really need to think seriously about cybersecurity?
Yeah, definitely, and that's why we have been interested in engaging on the smart building aspect. I think we've been also at the forefront, working with the building automation SIG there as one of the key initiatives from DECT. We've been hosting, I think, the launch of that effort within the DECT community, and we want to make sure that we can keep providing the expertise, the security expertise at the device implementation and key management aspect, but also support the adoption of much more chipset-based secure enclave when needed, as well as helping to shape the best practice to a very secure, interoperable smart building solutions. So there is CRA at the corner when it comes to EU regulations, so the Cyber Resilience Act that will also require more cybersecurity and firmware update and lifecycle management after the deployment if you want to be granted the CE mark. So that will be definitely a key aspect to take into account. And that's at the corner. And I think it's a matter of now to start thinking about it and to embed that into your device and the design solution. Otherwise, you will never be ready for end of December 2027 when it will be enforced.
Indeed. And that's excellent. So, looking forwards, how does your company and the DECT Forum best work together? What do we need to do?
Again, I think we will keep being engaged at the forum itself, making sure that at the standard level we can help to make sure that the security is reminded, because sometimes it always comes after the fact. That's the first things. And then engaging with your customer at the very first steps when it comes to product design and solution. Again, secure by design is our motto, and from cheat to cloud is also the aspect that we need to cover. So think about the device, focus on the business you are trying to achieve with the product and solution. As DECT member, will take care of all the burden to be ready for certifications, to make sure that the security will be managed across and during the lifetime of the device.
Well, it seems we only have to watch the news any day, Christophe, to see that cybersecurity is becoming an ever more important aspect of technology developments in the world today. So it's good to know that DECT Forum and its members can be working with Kudelski in the months and years to come. I'd like to thank you for your time today. It's been very informative, and I hope we can chat again in the future. Thanks a lot.
No problem, Vince. Thank you for having me, and looking forward to communicate and collaborate on security around that DECT NR Plus effort. Thank you.